Alright, I'm gonna try to get this all in one take. Maybe upload it eventually. Or make it public. I see a lot of videos about people talking about how they want to walk away from the Democratic Party. And, people want to basically be another alternative version of woke that we see in society today. And they want people have been listening like walking away challenge. Well, the bad part is I've kind of been like that for years. I haven't been a Democrat since I figured out what the Glass-Steagall Act was and how that really aided in making our depression as bad as it was and kind of set us up for it. I've been a Democrat for years. Most of my family, I would have to say, are Democrats, and it's just the hive mentality of black people is really something that gets me. I'm being told all the time to be pro-black, pro-Democrat, pro-liberal, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, for what? What have the Democrats really done for us besides create a welfare state that we now have to live in? I'm talking about black folks. And yeah, I know that, white people are on welfare too, and white people are on more welfare. I think there are more white people on welfare, but we're disproportionately. And that's the key word with a lot of these arguments that people don't want to talk about, the disproportionate rate in which we are killing each other. We're not graduating high school, on welfare and poverty. We only make up like 14, people get mad and say 13. I'm going to go high in 13% of the country, but we do the most violent crime. We are the most impoverished. We are the most disenfranchised, and we want to blame everyone, we want to blame the white man for that. It's like, you can't fucking do that. We've had chances, to make ourselves better. So that's why sometimes when Trump says make America great again, I always bring up the fact we had Black Wall Street. We used to actually be a decent fucking people. And yeah, we're still living under slave days, and not slave days, but Jim Crow and, segregation. And I'm not saying that's part of it, but we were doing good. Little do people know that their favorite not Democrat, but the civil rights leaders were actually like Louis Farrakhan and all that, and all them people talking about buying a section of land and making it blacks only from the KKK. Now you're like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, they were talking about we need to be separated. All these black leaders and figureheads are not talking about inclusion, which is bad. It's bad that they're not talking about inclusion. They're talking about segregation even more. And you look at all the identity politics coming from the progressive left. All they want to do is separate and divide. I have many conservative friends, and yes, I'll call them friends. I have many alt-right friends. And I know a person that's a white nationalist. It's like, dude, I just want to preserve my fucking culture. I'm like, you know what? I understand. Hold on. Shit. I understand, dude. I feel you. Me being a nerd, I want to preserve my culture, not have SJWs in it or normies in it. Me liking anime, watching anime since I was a kid, playing video games since I was a kid. And I mean, I've seen a lot, I've played a lot, reading comics, being versed on things. I don't want normies in my shit half the damn time. You kind of flex up, I hulk up and flex no, get the fuck out of my shit. And I can kind of see that's why some of the, alternative movements are happening. It's a direct response to a culture war. And it's not just a war about race or culture, it's a war about ideals as well. We were disenfranchised and infringed upon, so why should we do it to other people? And I feel like the Democratic Party does that a lot, and that's why I feel like I had to leave at the time. I used to be like, oh, yada, 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 this is wrong, and Republicans are fucking old racists. No, there are black Republicans too. There are black conservatives as well. There are black people that may not follow in either category. They're kind of centrist, or center of the spectrum, me, where I believe in some things I believe in some conservative values, and I believe in some democratic values. Or not democratic, but liberal values. Sorry, I'm tired, and I'm conflating the two, but they're not. And that's it. I haven't been on that plantation for a long fucking time, and I'm glad people are now waking up. But I think it's too late. I hope it's not too late, because these regressive liberals and Democrats are infiltrating everything. I mean, shit. Just recently, Crunchyroll is releasing some bullshit American-made SJW regressive fucking cartoon, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? You're taking my money that should go into the Japanese creators, and you're spending it on this bullshit where they have a diverse cast. I didn't see a black woman in there. A very diverse cast and a very diverse production, but everyone in the writer's room that she was bragging about, like, oh, there's only women in the writer's room, and they're only white women for what I could see. You know, I'm sick of seeing that shit. Get the fuck out of my fandoms. Like, they're not as racist, transphobic, homophobic, Islamophobic as you may think. Yeah, the word nigger is going to be thrown around every once in a while, but I mean, if you look at the denotative definition of the word nigger, actually all the origins of the word nigger, if it doesn't apply to you, why do you get insulted by it? I've been called nigger one too many times, and I'm not insulted by it anymore. I don't give a shit. I know I'm not that ignorant. But depending on what topic we're talking about, and then, you know, it is what it is. I just kind of like, all right, well, this is a learning experience. But yeah, that's basically a little short thing. I don't know. I'm just sick of this shit. You know, I find a lot of the problems, like, after I got away from society, because I'm also pretty MGTOW out. After I got away from society, a lot of the noise just stopped. Like, I happen to be bipolar borderline, and when I say noise, I mean, like, just mental, just cloudiness and thunderstorms in my brain. And it's like, once I got away from, you know, the regressive left elements, years, and I mean, like this has been since, like, 2012, even, when I started looking into what the Democratic Party has really done, I've been okay. And then getting away from, you know, becoming MGTOW and getting away from the toxic elements of women and what they do, and then kind of get away from society in general, not becoming an incel, not becoming a volcel, really, not becoming, you know, a hikikomori, not becoming a NEET, but just kind of pulling back from society gradually. It's gotten a lot better, and I think a lot of people just need to do that, because it's not healthy out here for anybody. And it's kind of fucking scary, honestly. People are just sitting here doing what the fuck ever they want to do, conflating certain ideas, getting militant over something that they shouldn't be getting militant about. You know, using people like Malcolm X, who I love to death because he actually fought for something and wasn't a fucking simp like fucking Martin Luther King was. Yeah, I said it, because he was really a simp for the Democratic Party. He said he was Republican. He wasn't. I actually could have that backwards, but whatever. I forgot where I was going with this. So I'm driving to go get my, to go put money in the bank. I might do another video eventually. This is my first one. We'll see how this goes. Oh, another reason I want to do this is because I have a difference in opinion, I'm tired, than some of the people on this channel, than the people in the comment section of this channel called The Advice Show. And every time I voice my opinion, you know, I get told I'm Uncle Tom, I'm a coon, I'm yada yada yada, but I'm like, we're supposed to be, you know, helping each other and building each other up. So if we're not supposed to all think the same thing, people aren't supposed to do that or do the same thing. But, you know, as soon as I voice my opinion, which isn't even that bad, you know, then I'm apparently an agent, or I'm a simp, or I'm a coon. It's like, okay, well, when your people that you identify with want to do that to you as well, you can't get mad because you did it to me. Like, that's what the problem is. You have to believe one narrative, be monolithic as fuck with your thought process and your culture. And if you're not, you'll be cast out like a leper. And I just was like, I see it all the time, and I just go in and bait comments. Like, I really believe this shit, but I just bait out comments from people just to see where they're really at. Just opposition research, honestly. So, hope everyone has a great day. Not today, Satan. I don't believe in Satan or God like that, but it's a fucking funny shirt. So, have a nice one, guys.